Today I'm going to train you guys about WordPress plugin from a plugin which I have developed. I will show you the plugin first, then we will step by step we will divide this phase into two phases. First one will be related to the backend, and the second one will be related to the front end. So this is a very interactive session. I suggest you guys to please ask question in the end, and if you have any question during the session, you can always ask me. Okay, so moving to the third slide, which is about what is a plugin. If you see at WordPress, it has three main things. WordPress core files, which are related to the WordPress functionality, and the second thing is WordPress theme, which is about the layout and look and feel of your website, and the third thing is plugin. Plugin comes when you want something other on WordPress, when you want to extend or when you want to enhance something in WordPress. Like you can say that you want a functionality in your theme, in your website. You can do almost everything. With WordPress has around 50,000 plugins in its repo. So it has a very huge repo of plugins, and there's a saying in WordPress that there is a plugin for this. So how plugins works? When you make a plugin, it registers itself in your WordPress drive in database. You can always activate and deactivate it. How do plugins install? I will show that in a while when we move to the coding side. I will show you how we can install the plugin from the dashboard. So this is the folder structure we're gonna follow. We'll follow this structure. This is I've taken a screenshot from a plugin handbook, and it is a recommended folder structure. So now I'm gonna move to practical side of this session. So I will show you the plugin first, which I have developed. So this is I have not installed it yet, so that I can show you how you can install plugin. So this is my dashboard. I've installed WordPress on my local machine. So I'm gonna add a plugin which I have developed just to show you. So if there is a plugin in WordPress repo, you can always download it from here. You can search about any plugin here. Like you can search about a plugin here, it will show you results like WooCommerce is a very popular plugin in WordPress. And second option you have is that you can upload a plugin. In my scenario, I'm gonna upload a plugin to WordPress in a zip file. This is my plugin, expert block layout. I'm gonna install it and activate it. So as soon as I upload it, I just activated it. It also includes a page EBL shortcode, which is related to my plugin. I will show you what it is about. This is the backend. You can say this is admin related side, and there is one more side which is the front end, which will show to the user. So from here you can basically select the block layout. Our plugin is about the plugin I have developed it's about adding multiple block layouts. When we are working with themes, we have a very limited pool of designs for blocks. So with this plugin, you can add as many layout as you want. Currently, I have just only one, and with the help of WordPress shortcode API, what we can do is we can add this shortcode on our WordPress. So let me show you. I have just copied the my shortcode. It has been copied, and let me show you how it's gonna look on the front end here. This is how it's gonna appear. It will show up very good date and month. It will show an image if there is an image. It currently has no image, so it is showing a default image which I have set in my code, showing the title, showing the excerpt of this post, and read more button. This is the layout. So uh, currently I have just only one layout in this plugin. We can add as many as we want. So now we have an idea what this plugin is about. So I'm gonna deactivate it so that we can step by step follow each and everything. I've already made code snippets so that I don't have to write it, and so I'm gonna deactivate it and just delete this plugin. Okay, Now I'm moving to my IDE, which is Sublime in my case, Sublime editor. So this is my folder, plugin folder. So we will be following this specific folder structure. So let me show you where it is reside in WordPress. This is my WordPress installed staging with the name of staging. My WordPress is installed with the name of staging. We need to go to WP content, then we need to go to plugins, and here we're gonna add our plugin files. Okay, we will be following this structure. So here I'm gonna add a new folder, expert blog layout. This is the name of my plugin, expert block layout. I have added it, and under this folder I'm going to add a file with the name of expert block layout. It is recommended that you have the same file in your plugin as your plugin name. You should have a file name same as your plugin name. It is recommended. It is not necessary. What necessary is, I'm going to show you in a while, which is header comments. They are very important. Whichever file WordPress finds those comments, it will consider it as a starting point. So it is very important. I will show you the comments in a while. First I will make this file. Okay, so I've made this file under my WordPress blog, under my WordPress plugin. Okay, so according to this, I have my plugin name uninstall. I don't need to install uninstall.php. Currently I'm not uh, uh, inserting something in database. So I'm not making the language, as this is a very basic training. Includes, I'm gonna make includes folder under my this folder, my WordPress folder. Includes for my PHP related files. Okay, I've made includes, which will be having our PHP related file. This admin under admin we will be having everything which is related to this uh, admin panel related styling, CSS, JS files. I will be having in that. So I'm gonna make here admin and admin folder. This folder has been created. Under this folder I'm gonna create CSS folder and images folder. So I have this. Let us complete this part first. So I have divided my training in two parts. First one is related to the admin panel, and the second one is related to the front end, which I will be calling public. As you can see here in directory public, we have a public directory as well here. So what I'm gonna do is uh, copy files from here, from this admin. I will explain each and everything. So I will paste this under my already. So here's my images and here is my CSS. Okay, this is the index page so that it doesn't show my directory to anyone. This is a very important directory where I will be having my backend related files, my server related files. So I'm gonna copy, for the time being I'm just gonna copy this expert block admin file and this index file, which is related to admin side development. I will show you each file one by one. Okay, this file is very important. Let me open this in my editor. Let me copy the code from here. So I'm gonna remove some code for from here for the time being, so that it doesn't create any confusion for any person. So I'm gonna remove these because they are now related to the admin part we have seen It is not related to the page we have seen. I'm gonna remove this as well. I'm gonna comment this as well. For the time being, I'm just committing this one. So now I've added the code. Let me explain it. Let me save it first. Then I will explain bit by bit about the code. So now you can see that my plugin has is here. Now let me activate it. Now I've activated it, you can see that it has added a EBL shortcode menu page in WordPress. Okay, so let me start from here. You can see that my it is showing my blog, my plugin name is showing the description, it's showing the version number, it's showing my name, the author name, and it's also showing my site, which is domain.com. For the time being, I've just added that. You can have actual website URL here. So this is very important. This is very important. From this WordPress, and WordPress comes to know that this is the main plugin file. So the minimum field you should have here is just plugin name, which can be anything in your case. In my case, it's expert blog layout. It is we have one mandatory field, that is plugin name. Other fields are optional, but we should have them. Like, let me explain. Plugin URL is basically it is a website which is related to your website. I have currently add just dummy website. Version name, you can specify version name. You can add description to your plugin. My description is customize your blog in more unique and creative way. Author name, I have also defined the author name, say Afrikali. Author URI, I have also defined my profile URL. Or and it is very important to also mention the license. GPL2 license is something like you are telling your user that it is free, and they can enhance it and use it as they want. WordPress use the same license as well. And here we have specified that if ABS path is not defined, then do not execute this file, exit this file. If someone is not executing this file from WordPress, then exit it. So then coming to my code, here I'm using a basically I'm adding an action. This is my this you can say that this is my hook name, and this is my basically callback function, which is bind to this hook. I bind this to this hook. This is admin menu. Under this admin menu, what I have done, I have added a admin menu page. Let me show you. So this is the page title. EBL shortcode is my page title. EBL shortcode is my menu title. Capabilities, I have defined that show this page to administrator. This page won't be shown to someone who is not an administrator. Okay, so block layout, this is the menu slug which you can see here. If you go to here, you will see this here over here. So WordPress know from this that it displays needs to be shown to the user. Block layout function, it's basically the function the function we gonna execute at this time. This is dash icons format gallery. You can always see dash icons. There are many dash icons. You can always look at them online. And this is the priority that we need to show this. Where position, this is basically position we need to show this. So I've set this to 30. I'm gonna remove this. So here I have required, once I have include a file expert block admin, which is showing this whole layout and whole functionality. And under the let me go to let me go to the file first, then it would make sense to you. Okay, I'm going to this file, this specific file here. Let's skip this for a while. I will come back to this in a while. So this is my basically layout, expert block layout. Here you can see this. Here I have mentioned that select your block layout. Here I have input field. Uh, Here I have an image for my block. If you are planning to extend it, you can make multiple li here, and you can add multiple images here, and you can add multiple style values here, style 1, style 2, style 3, so on and so forth. And from here you can generate a shortcode. through JS, which will paste here, and this is my whole code. You can see from here you can copy, generate shortcode, and from here you can copy. I've pasted the JS here. You can see this is basically selecting the check value, and then it is appending that check value into the shortcode, into my shortcode. I will explain the shortcode later in my training. Then it shows the shortcode, and this code is responsible for basically copying that shortcode. Okay, so now I'm going back to this do action. I have defined my hook here. Basically what I'm doing is that I've defined my hook name is EBL script. What I'm doing is I'm just adding scripts for admin side. Whenever there is a hit on admin screen, that script will load. But my hook name is EBL scripts. What I'm doing, I'm adding an action here. Let me show you what it takes. It takes a tag name and function to add. So my tag name, my hook is EBL script, and my function name is EBL admin style. Under this, I am adding two strategies. One is related to the grid system I'm following, and the other one is related to the overall style of this page. So now I'm moving to the front end part of this training, where I will be adding a file for shortcode. So I'm gonna copy this complete file here. So I've added the complete file. I have also let me link the dependencies as well, shortcode function.php. Let me add this file as well. I've added all the file shortcode function, which is a dependency here, which we have to add here. Require once shortcode. And what I'm doing is here I'm adding a file for my shortcode, and I will explain that file later in my training. And here I'm adding a script which are related to a public screen, which is this. In my case, this is a public screen which shows to the end user. Okay, let me save this file. Okay, let me add all the files here. Public files. Let me copy the public files as well. Okay, let me copy the whole folder. Not made the public folder yet. So I've added a public file as well, which has CSS and images related to the front end of this plugin. So here you can see the layout. It's perfect now. So let me explain this. Coming to my main file, which is expert block dot which is expert block layout, same as my plugin name. Coming to this file. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I'm adding a file shortcode function.php. Let me show you this file. Okay, what I'm doing in file, again I'm checking constant here related to WordPress. I'm checking if it is initialized, then okay, uh, read the code, otherwise exit this code. So what I'm doing here, I'm making a shortcode to show my layout. So what I've done here, um, uh, I've defined that blog style. By default, I've defined that blog style. If there is no input from the user, if user has input just the shortcode, let me show you. If the user has just put the shortcode EBL block, so it should show the first layout I have. So I've set that. Okay, then I'm passing an arguments for my loop. What I'm doing is I'm defining the post type, I'm defining the post status, and then I'm passing this to my WP query function, and then the loop starts. What I'm doing here is I'm just looping through my post and getting the ID, getting the title, getting the description, getting the block image link, and there are many things you can fetch from this block. It has a very big array of fields you can have, and here I'm checking that if the field is empty, block image is empty, then show this default image which you can on the front page. Okay, and then I'm also checking that if blog style equal to style 1, so include this file, this specific file into my code. I'm gonna show you this file. This file is under here. Yes, here I have same code which I have told you before, that I am checking the constant value first, and if that constant value is set, then I'm allowing this code to execute. Otherwise, I will exit this code. Here I'm also doing the same thing as I did in my admin panel screen. I'm adding scripts here. I'm adding my styling scripts here. That's whenever there's this file add, it basically it adds this hook with itself, and this hook executes. What this hook do is it adds some styling file. You can see the styling files here. Let me show you what EBL public scripts. Here is my script, EBL public scripts. I'm adding a blog style CSS, which file is responsible for this whole styling. So I'm gonna explain it further. Okay, this is the file. So I'm showing, this is my, basically you can say this is my markup, then these are my PHP variables which I have defined earlier, and then I'm just showing them. uh, this basically function actually shows 0 to 70 length, 70 characters to your description. So let me show you if anything is left in our training. So these are the public file as well. This file is related to the grid system I'm using, and this file is related to the layout CSS, and this file is specifically related to that specific styling. What we can, if someone wants to extend it, what he can do, he can add many layouts here as he wants. Under this shortcode function, you can have multiple if else check, and then you can style 2, style 3, so on and so forth. You can add multiple files here. uh, you can add, you can pass multiple parameters here, which you can check in your code, and then uh, bring the markup according to it. You can have 2 layout, 3 layout. It's up to you how you can play with it. So this is the I believe uh, I've covered all the part. If you have any question, you can ask me related to code or related to anything.